Hello and welcome to the Highland Cafe here on BBC Radio Scotland with me, Bruce McGregor. Over continuing our theme of writers connected to the North, Ian McLean joins us to tell us about the screenplay he's written called Gillian's Children. Ian, it's a very personal story you're unleashing on us, and what was the inspiration to produce this film script?
Hello, Bruce. I don't suppose there's ever one cause. The key factor for me was the Iraq War in 2003. I mean, if like me, you've had at least one parent experience active service in World War II, then you'll know just how screwed up that experience made some of these people. I think that when we actively go out as a country to repeat the experiences of war, it's not that we haven't learned, it's that we've forgotten. And I wrote Gillian's Children to try and fill the void that has opened up through the World War II generation dying off, so that children, the generation that include my children, stop thinking that they're any different from the generation that included my parents.
Yeah. It's quite an amazing thing how it all started though, wasn't it? I mean, you see a picture of your father but don't recognise him, and I suppose that's the first time that you've got this link to your father that you didn't realise you had, maybe.
Exactly, Bruce, and that's a real event. I mean, my father died when I was 10, and he was very badly affected by alcoholism. So all I really remember is a very grey, obese man who was only 49 years old, and I'm 49 now. And he died when I was 10, and when I was 15 I found that photograph. Didn't really recognise who he was, but over the next 30 years I would research some of what he got up to, approximately a week per year, and until the leads dried up, as I say. The generation of that time have been dying of old age now for the last 20 odd years, and so it's been very difficult to add to that story. But about 4 years ago I felt compelled to put it down in paper to try and stop this waste from continuing. We don't seem to be learning any lessons.
Yeah. Can you explain a little bit about who your father was and what he was involved with?
Sure. He was a Highlander born in Dundonald and brought up in Skye, in Glen Hinsdale in Skye. Went off to university in 1939 to study veterinary science, and arrived there on the 31st of August and was immediately taken off to the army on the 1st of September when Hitler invaded Poland. He had a couple of adventures in Norway, barely got out of there by the skin of his teeth, and was promoted as a sergeant into military intelligence, and then spent the rest of the war behind enemy lines in Norway, Italy, in Germany, not behind enemy lines, and some other places.
There's a kind of key element in the story, isn't there? I mean, I think we're going to hear a clip from it soon. But he has four of his best friends executed or murdered in part of the.
I wouldn't go as far as best friends, but five, in fact, of his colleagues. He was part of the commando group. The Heroes of Telemark film was about the Norwegians blowing up the heavy water plant, and what a lot of people don't realise is that before that, the British commando team tried to take it out, and 30 men. As part of an Operation Freshman, took off from RAF Skitten, which is now Wick Airport, to take that out in 2 gliders. And most of those men were killed when the gliders crash landed, but 5 survived and were taken as prisoners by the Gestapo to Oslo, where they were brought back to full health and then tortured and shot. And the man who organised that was a chap called Siegfried Femmer, who was the head of the Gestapo in Norway, and John McLean, my father, captured him single-handedly after the war had finished.
Yeah. We're going to hear a little clip. I mean, some of the script read-throughs have been recorded in Inverness, and this scene, John McLean's just been, he's just captured the Siegfried Femmer, and they're stuck in a hut in Norway until the blizzards outside start to subside. Let's have a listen to this.
So, you were lucky. You will be a hero now.
For what? For capturing you? The heroes were the people you murdered. You tortured and murdered heroes. I'm just a garbage cleaner. Garbage men don't get medals.
I didn't murder anyone. In war, people die, and yes, I killed people, but I didn't murder them. It was war, it was my duty.
Was torture your duty too?
Absolutely. Information is key to success. My men carried out their duty extremely well. You think it easy to inflict pain and watch people suffer. It is not easy at all. But we produced much information. It was not through us that the Vaterland was let down.
So you were just another cog in the machine, just following orders?
Yes, a soldier the same as you.
You're not the same as me, never in a million years.
Ian, where is the script at the moment? Where are you with the process?
Okay, well, the script, when I came back from my last contract, was a 6-part TV series. However, from various people talking to me, I've now sort of converted that into a feature film size script. And we've done the script read-throughs. We've got a website, which is gillianschildren.com, and you'll see a number of the pilot scenes on there, including that what we call the John Femmer scene. And we're actively looking for a production company of a decent size to come along and help us make this into a feature film.
Yeah. And just very briefly, Terry, I mean, you've been going through the same kind of process as well, trying to find people to get your film out there.
Yeah, it's actually quite difficult. I've been involved with television world and not the film world, and it's a completely different animal, if you want, and you've got to speak to very, very different people. Quite a challenge, but yeah, I'm working on it. There are a few people interested, and well, just hope that someone will take it on board.
Yeah, well, best of luck to both of you getting those scripts out there. Now it's time to join our man in Portree. We were hoping to...